Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Hi everybody. Yes, I'm still up to my eyeballs in boxes, but I'm going to go ahead and put a video out anyway because there's just so much. So let's just jump in and get there, shall we? I don't want this to be too long. Let's go. So I want to start out with a big thank you to my subscriber, Lawrence, who sent me this fabulous stamp, which of course will go into the stamp collection, and this wonderful leather bookmark. I love it. Thank you. And I also want to give a shout out to my subscriber, Pamela, who sent the following pictures. First of all, as you can see, she has the exact same plate that I showed you guys earlier from, another person. Then she has a pin that her grandmother bought for her during one of her visits from the coronation of Prince Charles when he was crowned Prince of Wales. Then she let me know that she has some other memorabilia from her family. Thank you so much for sending me these pictures and sharing them. They're fabulous. All right, let's go. Well, this is interesting. Babies that were born when Queen Elizabeth had her coronation day had previously received silver commemorative mugs to mark the occasion. And any babies born on the day of King's coronation are set to receive commemorative mugs. And they can contact the council after the coronation to get them. Pretty cool. Next up, I saw this on Twitter. I just thought this was really interesting. It's talking about the robes that Camilla is going to wear and how important they are and what they signify. Pretty cool. Next up, we have the Princess of Wales, Princess Catherine. She went to visit the baby bank in Windsor today. She's been there previously. We've seen pictures previously, and they support families in need. It was founded in 2015 by two mothers from Windsor, and what they do is they help provide essential items to families that are having financial hardships. Of course, Catherine got right in there and helped sort and box up things, and she heard about how the charity works with visitors and midwives to help support the local families that are in need. Now, Catherine helped them out 3 years ago and got 19 brands to donate to over 10,000 items to 40 different baby banks. That's power. And before anybody says anything, no, there will be no more babies for Catherine, but she did talk about how much she misses having children, small little babies in the house. She gets a little broody, but she's well aware that that time has passed her. She's done, people. She's done. This whole talk of, oh, she's going to get pregnant. Oh, she's going to have twins. Oh, it's not happening. She's finished. It's over. No more children. Now, for her outfit, thank you again to Remoulade Sauce for this. We see that the pants and the jewelry are rewears. The only thing new are the shirt and the jacket. And that jacket, by the way, was only 285 pounds. Very affordable. All right, moving on. Next up, we have Princess Beatrice and her younger sister, Princess Eugenie, who we know is very pregnant. She was showing off her bump. They were at a pub over the weekend with a bunch of celebrity friends. James Blunt was seen there. Piers Morgan was seen there. Sophia Wellesley, who's James Blunt's wife, came out of the building carrying a cardboard cutout of one of the guests. And whatever it was, we don't know what was on that cardboard cutout, but whatever it was, it must have been funny because everybody busted out laughing. Now, I'm showing these pictures because we've all seen how the fake baby bump looks. This is obviously a real baby bump. You can see it's growing exponentially. She's got all the things that all the pregnant women have, the swollen ankles and the swollen hands and feet, all the stuff that Meghan didn't have, interestingly enough. Anyway, it looked like they were having a really good time. Whatever the outing was, what can I say? As long as everybody had a great time and Eugenie didn't drink. That's all I care about. And I also want to point out, I think it's rather nice that Beatrice and Eugenie remained friends with Piers Morgan. You remember, Meghan Markle tried to have Piers canceled, and Piers ended up even better on his own show, making even more money than he was making on, with Good Morning Britain or whatever that show was. Karma, people, it's a thing, I'm telling you. And I love the fact that the other royals have remained friends with Piers. I think that says something. All right, moving on. Next up, I saw this article. Kate and William made a decisive move to separate from Meghan and Harry. Obviously, with Meghan making rude comments to Catherine about your baby brain. But I think it's a good thing that they've separated completely, because now it's being reported that King Charles was told that if there's any reconciliation, Meghan has to be included. And for that reason alone, I'm going to say that I don't believe that there will be any reconciliation. I just don't believe it. She is not going to allow it, and Harry is very weak-minded and pliable. We've seen it. All right, moving on. Articles are coming out saying Harry could be, it doesn't say he is, it said he could be seated 10 rows back behind his brother, according to former butler Paul Burrell. He says there's absolutely no chance of reconciliation, which I happen to agree with. I mean, he's attacked William, he's made comments about his genitals. He's made comments about his children. He's made comments about his wife. I mean, come on, people. There's only so much you can do, okay? Now, articles are coming out saying that Team Sussex is in complete free fall and that Harry and Meghan are no longer operating as a team. Harry's going to damage Meghan's brand. You know I love Australian news. They had a lot of comments, so listen to this.
Angela, it's been claimed this week that Prince Harry may be a drag on Meghan Markle's brand rather than the other way around. What are your thoughts on that?
Harry's not that intelligent. There's been a lot of focus pulled to Harry's book and Meghan would not have been happy to have featured on South Park. But in all honesty, I think Team Sussex is in free fall. I genuinely do. I think the fact that Meghan was not there really supporting Harry in the Spare tour, that, as he was doing his publicity, the fact she's not going to the coronation, I'm really worried about this couple. They are not a couple who are practiced in being conciliatory. So if there are problems within their relationship or there are conflicts of interest between what they want to do in the future, and if Meghan wants to sort of style herself as a Gwyneth Paltrow Goop Part 2, then Harry is going to be a problem around that. And
then they gave their thoughts on where, what's next for the Sussex brand. Listen to this.
Once the coronation has passed and it's out of the news, and I know we talk about this often, but what's there to sustain the Sussex's brand?
Really, that is the million-dollar question, and that's what we've been asking since the Queen passed away last year and Harry was brought back into the fold of the royals, so to speak, because he was over there, of course, for the funeral, and as was Meghan. And then, of course, there was all the conversation around whether or not they'd go to the coronation. There was a Netflix series, the book. They've absolutely been in the media and in the spotlight, but after the coronation, where does that go? What's next for them? It does seem like there's not really a clear strategy in place, nor has there been for some time.
Next up, they discussed William and Harry's relationship and the possibility of a reconciliation. And listen to what they say, because it sounds very close to what I've already said to you. Listen to this.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of questioning about what's going to happen at the coronation, and the fact is that apparently that this relationship is worse than we think. It's just on its knees, the relationship between William and Harry. And look, there's a lot of thought about how they will be positioned at Westminster Abbey during the coronation. I don't think we'll see them sitting next to each other. In fact, I don't think they will exchange a word over that day. The reports are saying that Harry is going to jump on a plane as soon as the coronation is over. By my calculations, that would put him on a plane. He couldn't be on a plane before 3 o'clock. And the whole thing is that he's going to be there back for Archie's birthday. He won't get back to LA till 7 o'clock at night. It's ludicrous. But from William's point of view, seriously, is this man Harry his brother, or is he someone who sees him as a content provider now? If you think about the details that were given away in Spare about William, about his temper, about the argument that they have, about his genitalia, about his wife, he has criticised his brother in all the most personal, private areas of his life. I don't think there is ever going to be a reconciliation.
Now, they also had something to say about Archie's birthday. Now, you can see this invitation made by the Sussex squad. They know that that title is worthless without the HRH. So, of course, on the information, on the invitation, they put HRH. But just listen to what they said about the party. Listen to this.
That is absolutely a possibility. And Bronte, just on Archie's birthday, that is the day of the coronation, invitations have gone out. So who's coming?
Well, we don't know 100% who's going yet, but actually there's been some talk that the party may actually happen on the Sunday, that it's going to be a low-key celebration at their Montecito mansion. The guest list is still not confirmed, but you can be pretty sure that their neighbours, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, will be there because they flew over to the UK to meet Archie when he was first born, and they're quite close friends with Harry and Meghan. People like Oprah Winfrey are likely to be on the guest list. Doria, Meghan's mum, will of course be there. You've also got people like George and Amal Clooney, who they're really close with, and their twins are around the same age as Archie. And, of course, Serena Williams, who is Meghan's best friend. Her daughter is also around the same age. So it looks like it'll be an intimate party and a pretty A-list guest list, actually.
Can I just say,
well,
Caroline,
no doubt
that sounds the most boring party,
course,
doesn't
Angela.
it? I just want to say, if you're a 4-year-old, do you want those people to be there? Like, you could have all your cousins in Britain, you know, all those people gathered. Why didn't they take Archie? He could play with all his cousins and he'd actually have a really nice time rather than all these famous celebrities who are like 4 decades older than him. Sorry.
Well, you would wonder, but you wonder who the party's actually for when that there is actually the guest list.
And that tells you all you need to know, doesn't it? Because party's not for Archie. The party is for Meghan. It's all A-listers. I'm surprised they didn't mention Tyler Perry. Now, moving on, I want to say that Megyn Kelly said that Harry is 100% going to get booed at this coronation. I got to be honest, I think he will too. All right, we have a couple of small items we're going to talk about, and then we're going to move on to the big, what I consider the big story for today. As you can see from the tweet above, this is absolutely true. Harry and Meghan have not learned, however. All right, next up, this came up and it really got me. Apparently, the Princess of Wales and the Duke of Kent were so disgusted after Meghan Markle came in and cleared out those seats, remember, because she was too important to have anybody sitting next to her. Well, it's being reported that the Princess of Wales and the Duke of Kent reimbursed those people and took them for tea. Very nice. Next up, Teresa Longo. She's like a blind item on Twitter. Almost everything that's up, it comes to fruition. Apparently, they're discussing the fact that even though Harry said he was going to the coronation, he may not. I don't think anybody would be upset. Moving on, remember I showed you that they redid that article from the Telegraph 5 times? Apparently now it's been revised 8 times. And with that in mind, I agree with Lulu LA. You have Harry, who was jungling outside the window. You had Oprah, Spare, Cut Magazine. You have constant bombs being thrown at the royal family, but Markle says it's the media creating the circus. All right, remember when they showed up to take pictures of Lilibet with the Queen, and the Queen said absolutely no to Mason Harmon, the private photographer? Well, there's an article out claiming that private pictures might have been taken and released. Personally, the palace never even confirmed that they met. All right, next up, Markle News put this up. You know, everybody was wondering my Meghan's photo was removed from the Fashion Awards 2020 just a few days after she went there. Well, come to find out, she wasn't supposed to be there. She gate crashed the event, and it created a massive stir. People were not happy that she just showed up like that, so they removed her photo. All right, I saw this on Twitter showing, remember they showed the video in the Netflix documentary on January 4th, 2020, and they had security at that time. And what that proves is that this whole thing with these pictures, this was staged because they had security at the time that these pictures were taken. All right, here we go. So Meghan Markle pops up on the screen via video link. Of course, Duchess of Sussex was on the screen, and she's introducing Mason Harmon. And for this TED Talk, Now, there is a video of it, and what you see is that her face pops up on the screen, and there's complete silence in the audience. Nobody says anything. Nobody goes, "Oh, it's Megan," and they're clapping. Nothing. Utter silence. And then when she's done talking and Mason Harriman walks out, there's only a little smattering of applause. It was almost, you could literally hear the crickets. You can find the video on YouTube. So Megan gets up there and introduces him and says, "I'm thrilled to welcome him. He's taken all these wonderful photos of my family." And then he got on the stage and he spoke about apparently experiences capturing the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020. Now, of course, as soon as her face showed up, people were like, "What happened?" Her face looked totally plasticized. If you look closely, you can no longer see the freckles that are her hallmark. She had so much heavy makeup on. The freckles were completely hidden on her face. I'm like, okay, she looked like a completely different person. It's pretty obvious she's had Botox. It's pretty obvious she's had fillers. You can see that her forehead doesn't move. Her face is like frozen. If you look here in these photos, you can see the extensions, the real hair in the front, the extensions in the back to make her hair longer. Of course, we all know that she has changed her hair color, her eye color. We're going to take a closer look at that in just a minute. Her speech was the usual word salad. His lens has captured everything from events that have changed the world, moments we all desperately need to see, along with the planet's most recognizable faces. You guys get where I'm going with this. Word salad. She laid it on thick and he still didn't get a lot of applause. Now, as you can see, here's a side-by-side photo of her on the left. And there she is on the right. So don't tell me that that woman has not had work done. So initially, the first thing you notice is that her eyes are dark brown. We've always known that her eyes are dark brown, but for whatever reason, suddenly they're hazel. Those are called contacts. Her hair has always been black. She's always had black hair. Suddenly, her hair is light brown, almost Catherine's color, and you can see the gray stripe right down the middle. I have to agree with Evans Einstein. This probably took her hours to do, and the reason nobody's seen her is she's been recovering from surgery, and if that's how you spend your time, fail. All right, you guys, so I get up in the morning, and there's Finn laying on the bed, and he's ready to play, and so we played, and of course I had to videotape it for you. Watch this. Look at you. Look at you laying there. Boop. 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 So cute first thing in the morning. You're so cute. Are you biting your own paw? Look. Boop the snoot. Boop. 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 Okay, bite me. Bite me. You don't bite. You don't bite. You don't bite. You're so cute. You're cute. All right, you guys, you know what I want. Make those comments good and leave them below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell. If you've already done it, please double check and make sure you're still subscribed. Don't forget to go into the description box and get the link to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email. There's a physical address in case you want to mail me something. For those of you who've donated to the coffee fund and through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.